11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and you are hearing the tune Just Kicking It, and we are Just Kicking It. And this is Steve Rogers, and who are you?
Miami Moore.
All right. And Miami Moore, and we are Just Kicking It. What's our topic tonight, baby?
When is it okay to cheat?
Oh my God! No, I can't even believe you asked a question like that. When is it okay to cheat? Now you know I got something to say on that. What's your take on it?
It's a lot of takes. Of course, it's probably never okay to cheat, but there are some circumstances why people cheat. So, I researched the topic for me. And I can only say if if you're talking to your spouse or your significant other and you're not getting your needs met, I guess that's when you may tiptoe outside the bedroom.
Now, my whole problem with the whole tiptoe through the tulips thing is, if you're going to tiptoe on the outside, what's the point in staying? Dun, 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 dun.
There's a lot of reasons why people stay. It's cheaper to keep her.
Oh, forget that. Forget
It's
all
cheaper
that.
to keep her.
Forget all that, because when she find out, you're going to get raped anyway, so it don't matter.
And then you may have children involved. It may not be the right time financially. It could be a lot of reasons. You may still love your significant other, but
no, you don't. No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you
yes,
don't.
you do.
No, you don't. Yeah, how can you love them if you sleep with somebody else? Nope.
That doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means you're not getting your needs met.
That means there's some cheating going on. That's why they call it cheating. Anyway.
I'm just saying. I've talked to a lot of married people, and they basically said their spouse not doing what they used to do.
Mm-hmm. So guess what you do? You go to divorce court and you get somebody else.
It's not that simple.
It's a lot simpler than, I'll put it this way. Most people see, I've actually in another life seen the other side of that. There's a more violent side than most folks will admit. So your health could also be in danger.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a possibility. But anyway, if you want to get in on this show, 248-461-3483, 248-461-3483. The topic tonight, when is it okay to cheat? I say that it's never okay to cheat.
Steve,
and,
you didn't let me finish.
Okay, I'm sorry.
When I did interview a few people, basically they quoted to me that when they first got together as a couple, they did things as a couple and Can I just say what I want to say?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You know I'm messing with you now.
Well, basically, what they did in the beginning to keep them, as far as how can I put this?
So you're saying, okay, I actually kind of I get where you're going, because what it sounds
so if you're
like
bringing
saying,
flowers, if you're doing foreplay,
opening doors, all that kind of stuff, you should keep it going,
right? And as time goes on, that stops.
That's somebody told me that. She was like, the way you start is the way you.
That's exactly right.
I heard that one before. So
that's
anyway,
exactly right.
But
if you start bringing flowers and opening the door, you still should continue to do that, even if it's 15 years.
But she is right.
If you're sending text messages saying, I love you, baby, I miss you, please continue to
and
send
you know
it.
what? To Miami's credit, she does do that throughout the day. She actually does. I actually get those little text messages and other things that remind me of how much I'm loved. She does. So she does have a point. That is something that you should actually do. So Anyway, so all right, so there are many ideas on this whole thing about cheating and why you shouldn't do it. But okay, you've said people stop doing the things that they have signed on to do, maybe sending flowers or whatever. Let's take it by the sexes. What do you think some of the things are? I'll let you do the guys. What do you think some guys stop doing that they should continue to do?
Well, I think they stop communicating.
Okay. All right.
Or even telling their significant other, I love you and I miss you, and doing things together. And I think you take each other for granted. You get busy with other things in life and you don't do the things you used to do.
Okay, so you're saying that somebody's emotional needs are not being met, and
as well as physical needs.
Physical needs, but all the physical, I know. But
when you first meet someone.
Okay, but so what you're saying is those are root causes for people going outside of their relationships. Is some of those things.
I'm thinking of the real reason. Some people just want to be I don't want to call them dogs, but they are. Woof woof.
Woo dog! Wow. Now
they just want a different flavor just because.
Now I know the guys are listening to this and they're saying, is this just a one-way street, or
no.
can a woman be a dog?
Yes.
All right.
Course.
I was about to say.
No, it's not a one-way street.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that it's not just guys. This is not the Oprah show. But anyway. But all right. But that brings up a very good point. There are people that they just feel like they can't be faithful.
Oh, I've talked to so many people, and basically many of the guys that I've met basically stated that they just want something different.
Okay.
And they're married.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being me.
Well, that could be, that could have its own little issues down the road.
They said they just basically cannot be faithful, but they love their wife.
Yeah. See, I have a problem with that because
I do too.
Because the very definition of love is quite different, and that definition would lead one to believe that that's not something that you do, is go outside of your home when you love, because love has a lot. In other words, love looks over faults. Love looks past certain things. So I would say if you're at the point where you are heading on the outside of the relationship, that it's probably time to give up the relationship. And I think that is what a lot of people are. Unfortunately, they want to have their cake and eat it too, and that can be problematic. But
well, in their defense, and I'm not defending anyone, Steve, I have talked to a couple of people, and they said their spouse were sick and they wasn't able to,
sick
as in cancer.
Oh, I'm gonna jump all on that one, because the sick one now that's brutal. That's brutal.
Well,
that's brutal.
They said they're not going to divorce their significant other or leave because they do still love them. But on the other hand, they have some physical.
There's that word again. I love them, but I'm just going to screw around on them. Oh, it's just that kind of love.
I mean, but
please.
they're being honest.
It might
Is it wrong?
Yes,
I mean, I guess biblically it's wrong. And
it's not. Well,
so should they just say, okay, so since you're in a coma, I'm just gonna divorce you and not care for you?
They're actually, I won't mention his name on the air, but a very well-renowned person did say that, and God, I want to say coma, but by the way, you bring up coma, but it's almost like how people bring up abortions and they say that the rape and incest. But if you look at the statistics, it actually makes up less than 1%. So it's not a large issue. No. But now, for example, Alzheimer's is kind of bigger, And I actually did hear someone say that you should divorce a person that has Alzheimer's.
Wow.
That now.
Wow. What happened to the marriage vows?
I know, right? Then
if you're gonna have your marriage vows, leave some things out.
Because I mean,
just say I do and keep it going.
Alzheimer's. I thought that was kind of cold, but his whole point was that the person that you married
is not the same person.
Is not there anymore. They don't exist. They don't even know who you are. It brings up a very kind of tough when you come to the hospital room and they don't
Who
actually.
Who are you?
And why are you here? That could be.
Wow.
Could be a kind of an issue. So those are some of the things that we are going to kind of delve into. And again, if you want to call in 248-461-3483. In the meantime, Tamika Dunning told us, she said, you know what, I want you to use my song on there. So we are, since basically, let me tell you how this show is going to go. Obviously, we're going to take your opinions, but you know what? There are going to be times when we toss some music in and even make an extension of Wednesday Night Romance to a certain extent. But I don't know if you guys remember Wisdom on a Wednesday, where we actually just talked about relationship stuff a little bit. We didn't do it extensively like we will on this show, but we did get a chance to talk a little bit about that kind of stuff. So we'll do that again and mix it in with a little music, and you'll hear Miami and I go back and forth about what we think on stuff too. So here we go, a little bit of Tamika Dunning with Obsession on WJZZ Digital. Just kicking it.
You're my obsession, baby. Can't get enough of you. You're so good, it can't be bad. I'd rather spend time with you than to do anything. No place I'd rather be than entangled with you. 'Cause you know what to do. What you do to me, I'm obsessed with you, and it's just where I wanna be. You make it hard to breathe. You make it hard to breathe. My dreams are about you. I curse my phone if it rings and it's not you. When I lotion my legs, I'm thinking of the nights we shared. And when I comb my hair, it's your hands I want there. Your hands are so perfect. Your body's so hard and smooth. Your mind is so beautiful. I lay in your arms all day and let you do what you do. Short or long, hard and strong, or something gentle, it doesn't matter to me. I'm obsessed with you. I'm obsessed with you. I'm obsessed with you. All day and all night. Whenever you want me, just say so, and I'll come running. No matter where I am or what I may be doing, I'm a happy participant in this obsession thing. You know what to do. I was made for you. So please don't stop doing what you do to me. I'm obsessed with you, and it's just where I wanna be. You make it hard to breathe. You make it hard to breathe. You make it hard to breathe. I love you from head to toe, turned on when you come in, and even watching you going, you do it for me. I can hear my heart beating when you leave. Just hurry back, I'll be here waiting. In your arms is where I long. Can I make you something to eat? Caress your head as I sing you to sleep. I don't ask what you've done to me, because it makes me so happy. Just want to be in your arms all night long. I'm obsessed with you. I'm obsessed with you. You know what to do. I was made for you. So please don't stop doing what you do to me. I'm obsessed with you, and it's just where I wanna be. You make it hard to breathe. You make it hard to breathe. You make it hard to breathe.
WJZZ Digital, and that was Tamika Dunning, Obsession. As we continue our discussion, Miami Moore here with me as we just embark on this thing. We have a caller on the line, and so we're going to move to the caller. Hello, caller. How are you?
Hello, this is Ann from Georgia.
Oh Lord, Ann, how are you? How are
Ann.
you? Steve Rogers, you're on with Steve Rogers and Miami Moore, and
Miami.
Hey, Ann.
oh
Thank you
Lord.
for calling. Girl power, yes.
I just want to make a quick comment.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
My computer's acting up, so I can't really hear you anymore. But about this question that you have,
Mhm.
when is it okay to cheat?
Mhm.
It is never okay to cheat.
Go ahead, sister.
And I'm coming from a biblical standpoint, because the Bible tells me that you're not, one of the commandments is that you're not to commit adultery. So if you're married and you go out with someone other than your wife or your husband, then you're committing adultery. So no, you are not supposed to cheat, and there is no time that it is good to cheat. So that was just my comment. I just this question is deep,
Well,
but from a biblical standpoint, I don't believe you should cheat
Okay.
under any circumstances. Whether your husband gets sick and he's incapacitated for a while, or your wife is incapacitated for a while, there is no reason to cheat.
Well, I'll tell you. All right, Ann. I am, and I am actually in your camp here, okay? Because
All right.
I'm actually in that camp. Now, however, though, I'm going to play a little devil's advocate here, okay? Which is a little dangerous. Oh, so what if? So you're saying even though your significant other may not be, shall we say, responsive in a physical manner, or cannot be responsive in a physical manner, you're saying, in other words, but I guess what I hear you saying is there is no circumstance of any kind where going outside your marriage is allowable. Is that what I hear you saying?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Because now what I want to get your opinion on this, because all right, here is something else I was thinking about. Let's see. What if? Okay, how about this? What if you decide just to end the marriage?
If he wants to end the marriage, now there is that in my religious belief, there is no room for divorce.
Okay.
So if there's no room for divorce, except for adultery.
But what if they committed it?
No ground.
What if they committed?
No ground.
What if they committed adultery on you?
You know what? It's a lot of things that would make a man do that, but I'm just telling you from the way I feel from a biblical standpoint that if he does do that, then that gives me a right to go.
Okay.
Yes.
Him.
Okay. Now, old. I can see.
Yes, preach it.
The sisters are uniting. No. Well, wait a minute.
She's telling the truth.
Wait, but you got some doggish ladies out there too. Now, come on, it's not just the guys.
It's not. You're correct.
Well, that's true. We're not. It's both. It goes both ways.
Actually.
A woman is being not faithful, and her husband finds her committing adultery, then he has the right to divorce her.
Now, I'll tell you something. When I lived in Texas, this is a very true thing. I'm not even just saying this for hyperbole purposes. In the state of Texas, when I lived there, and I think they just repealed this not too long ago, if you caught your spouse in an adulterous situation, this is where adultery can be life-threatening. You could actually shoot both parties.
Wow.
And the law would find you harmless. Because isn't that something? It literally could be a matter of life and death if you were actually committing adultery in the state of Texas. They did not play at all.
So you have to ask yourself, was that 5 seconds worth it?
That's 5 seconds, 5 minutes. I got news for you. It could be an hour. It's not worth that. So.
Thank you, and good topics. Keep them coming.
Thank you
all
for
right,
calling,
thank you for calling in, Miss Ann. Okay. All right, take care. All right, bye-bye. All right, so that was Ann from Georgia, and she brought up some valid points. Now, one thing, statistics show that 80% of the United States considers themselves to be Christian. And if they consider themselves to be Christian, that means that they believe and they govern themselves by biblical teaching. So, it's and I know it seems tough, folks, but as they say, it is what it is. I am in the camp that you don't do it, and it's been hard to prove to me that there's any kind of love when you do it either. But hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Not all people govern themselves by scriptural standards. So, what do you think? We've got another caller on the line right now coming up. Hello, caller. Good evening. Welcome to Just Kicking It. And what is your name?
This is Doris and Raheem.
Hey,
Hi,
Doris and
Raheem.
Raheem. How are you? Where are you calling from?
We're calling from Cincinnati.
Awesome. If you could do me a favor, because it feeds back just a little, if you could cut your radio down just a hair, your computer or whatever, because we can hear the feedback popping back in our ears just a little. But all right, this is an interesting topic. When is it okay to cheat? I want to hear from you on when do you think it is okay to cheat? Never. All right, this is two in the camp, and Ann from Georgia said the exact same thing. Now, what is your reasoning on why?
I believe that marriage is a bond between two people.
Okay. All right, and it's a sacred bond.
Yes, and that's the glue that holds you together.
Okay. All right. I like that answer.
I love it.
I love that answer. What now? I'm going to ask you. I'm going to play devil's advocate and ask a few questions. Now, what if your husband is in a coma?
Wow.
You stand by his side.
Okay.
Amen.
All right. All right.
Amen, Miss D from the Natty.
That's right. And you know what's interesting about what you say, though, when you think about it, and when people try to justify it and say it's okay, you're right. The marriage vows actually say for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health. So,
Steve, why are you closing your eyes when you say that?
I'm thinking about you, baby.
Okay.
Anyway. But it does say in sickness and in health. So it at least it would lead me to believe, if you took your vows seriously, that you're to be there whether a person's
I'm sorry,
sick
I don't
or
mean
well.
to interrupt, but I am playing. That's the American Pie in the sky, and that's what people want to hear. I'm going to tell you what people really actually do, and I get what you're saying.
Here we go,
and that's really nice. But seriously, if someone is sick or in a coma, and they still probably love their significant other or spouse or whatever you want to call it, but I'm hearing from people, but they still love their loved ones and they have needs.
Okay, so
what do
Raheem
have to do with it? What do it have to do with it? If your husband or your female spouse in a coma, you still have needs.
That's exactly right.
That don't have anything to do with it. That's not cheating. That's fulfilling your needs. People have needs. And then you get to talking about the Bible. The Bible has nothing to do with this stuff. You have different religions.
Okay.
And so they have different belief systems. So you have some religions that people have more than one wife.
Well, that's true.
You got the Americans where they get stuck on this one person, one-on-one. They know. Look at statistics.
Well, Raheem,
they got the highest divorce rate because they know this go on constantly throughout the centuries, through history.
It's all about belief.
Men want more than one female.
Well,
not all males, but you have the majority. It's in the bloodline.
Steve, can you speak on that?
Yeah, if you want to set that or not, look at the animal. We are animals. We say you are what you eat.
Going back to the caveman. You're going back to the caveman days.
No. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Look at reality.
Okay.
Look at the animals. I look at the lions. That male lion has how many females within his harem? And then you can just look at different cultures, different animal species. It's the same thing. We are human animals. You have a sector of us that have desire to have more than one female.
Okay.
It's just that our society does not want to accept that. And we are raised to look at it one way, looking at it through one mirror, and that's it. This is the way it's supposed to be, and that's not true.
Hey, Raheem, I have a question for you. And it's it's sort of on topic, but it's maybe a little bit off. Do you, as a male, and I know you're married to sound like a very lovely woman, do you think men stray outside the marriage because they're not getting certain needs, like certain things they want within, I'm just going to say a sexual relationship, their mate may not do things that they want them to do?
Well, some males and some females does it. They use it for an excuse. Even if they was getting everything they wanted, you got some males and some females still. That's what I'm saying. Decide to go outside the marriage because it's just in their blood. That this is a bloodline that that's carried on. Like I said, it's not for every person, but you got a select of people in this society that carry that bloodline, that gene, to have more than one spouse.
But I don't know if it's more than, I guess I'm not even saying just having more than one spouse. So you're saying that it's not cheating so you're just saying it's not cheating?
No, you're right. It's fulfilling their needs. That people have needs. That person have more needs than the norm. Put it like that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So you're saying that one person may can't fill all the needs
Right.
of. Oh wow.
Right.
Okay.
You have some females and some males that one person cannot feel, and even though they married, going into marriage, they knew about it, but they accepted the person for other reasons. It may be because they had money, or they supported them very well, and they just was caught up. I don't know.
Okay, Raheem, can somebody just be greedy? I'm just saying. Can you think can you think? I mean, it just seemed like some relationship that you're giving all 100%. You're doing everything. And can it just be because you don't want to I hate to use these terms, wear the person out? Or do you just think sometimes you can think you're giving them everything and it's just not enough? They just want a variety of different flavor, chocolate, vanilla. Do you just think that's just that person?
Well, sometimes it could be just the person, but if it was just that person, like you said, why even, if you're not really into that person like that, you should just let that be known from the beginning. Don't even get in depth.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying you shouldn't even have a relationship if that's the case?
Right.
Okay.
Don't go that. So once you step over in there, sometimes I have people in my family that I know that it's constantly, your mind is constantly on that subject, and once you get caught up in that, it's hard to walk away, and then you can, you're not really into that person, and then you're seeing someone else, and you notice what you're going to keep on doing constantly, and it's not going to never change. So you end up, if people want to say you're cheating, well, that's just that person.
Okay.
It's in that person. Period. It's never okay to, like you said, to cheat, but that's what y'all want to call it. I say, it depends on the circumstances. It depends on the circumstances, where that person is in the relationship when they step outside that relationship.
Okay.
And what reason.
Now, what do you think about this? See, I look at this and view it and say, all right, if you're in, let's say, if you're in a marriage and you've got a spouse or whatever, I would think it just makes more sense to just let them go and not even be there if you're going to step outside the marriage. Why not just go to court, get a divorce, and just move along? What do you think about that?
Yeah, Steve, you say that, but just think about it. You in a relationship.
I'm shaking my head, Raheem. I'm sorry.
20 years.
Yes, I'm shaking my. I'm kind of agreeing with you. Go ahead, keep on. Sorry.
It's not
that easy.
Right, it's not going to be that hard just to go. Well, I'm just trying to think because you had extramarital sex outside relationship. I mean, look at Bill Clinton and Hillary.
No, he didn't.
When it happened, that's why I like her so much, because she stood firm behind her husband. She didn't let that one incident and these people talk her into divorcing her husband, because these women knew that he was married and they decided to do what they wanted to do. So you really look at that female. See, they keep accusing the male, but it's always the female. She's saying that makes that happen.
Well,
the males
was on your side.
See, males are always been the hunters. It's up to that woman to perceive that, to accept. See what I'm saying? So they knew he was married.
So, wait, Raheem, I was with you. Wait a minute. Now, are you saying Delilah and Samson when he cheated out there cutting off the hair? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you trying to wait a minute? I'm pretty much more. I'm pretty much Miami's pretty.
You got Miami You got Miami fired up now.
Wait a minute. What are you trying to say,
Raheem? You got Miami telling Bible stories. That's new for me right there. All right. I think I was the one that told her the Samson and Delilah story. But anyway, go ahead.
What she say now? What she said something about Delilah?
Well, yeah, she went Samson and Delilah on you. I mean, I'm like, wow, that is just too.
And see, you notice that you keep reciting back to the Bible,
right?
Everything got something to do with the Bible, but ain't nobody really living. The Bible tells you a lot of things not to do.
That's exactly exactly right.
Does it, so it's always what makes them comfortable. They want to accept.
As a matter of fact, As a matter of fact, interestingly, there is a biblical warning from Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, And literally, it basically tells both parties in a marriage that you don't deprive one another, because if you do without an agreement, and it says only for a time, because then you allow space for temptation to happen, because each person has needs. That's actually biblical, that you should not withhold yourself from each other. That's a biblical standard.
Wow.
Oddly
so
enough.
Steve, what I'm hearing you're saying, I do know a lot of people withhold sex for punishment.
They do.
So are you saying if they're doing that, then that can
that's wrong. That's wrong, and it can create a temptation. And I'm not giving anybody a license, but Raheem is right. People have needs, and if you are a healthy person that's withholding yourself from your spouse, that's a problem, and that could end up being, yes, a cheating situation.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Right. And then you have other situations that occur, like in society, temptation is here. It's like, if you look at the other third world countries, they, want their women to cover up from head to toe. That's, because they don't want to cause temptation. But here, your Western civilization, which is us, all women walk around with lace miniskirts, no panties, and they expect the man, to hold himself and be strong. That's hard to do. That's temptation.
Hey, Raheem, we don't mean to interrupt. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on. We got another caller coming. Hold on for 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, they went away.
Did they go away?
Oh, yeah. So we can keep talking.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead and finish your point.
Yeah, so, like I said, over in Western civilization, which is us, people like, if you look around, you got all this temptation out there, and it's hard for male or female not to, to step out their relationship, because you have all the temptation there. Now you're not, now I'm going to go to the Bible, if you're not that person that's living, how my mother say, and holy and living for the Almighty, okay, you're gonna fall into that deceitfulness, and you're going to accept some of that temptation because it's there, and it's hard. It's, if you're weak, that's what's going to happen. Whether you're married or not, you're going to go outside that relationship because the temptation is there. Well,
all right. Hold that thought for a second. Hold on. Hello, caller.
Gary.
Hey, how are you? This is Steve Rogers. You're on with Steve Rogers in Miami More.
Hi.
Steve Rogers, how you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Good.
Pretty good.
Good. Excellent. I'm going to attempt, I have no idea because this is new to me, I'm going to attempt to merge everybody on at the same time. We've got a caller on the line, Raheem, so we didn't want to lose him. And we're trying to merge everybody on at the same time. All right. Raheem, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. And Gary, are you still there?
Yes, sir. I'm still here.
All right. I got everybody. We got everybody. Now we got a party going on. But anyway, real quick. So hold on, Raheem. Hold that thought. This is Gary Jenkins, who's going to be on WMMS with G-Spot coming up October the 2nd from 7 to 9 p.m. And that's going to be on a Thursday. And, you called into a hornet's nest, right? I like that laugh you did. So I got to ask you, the subject that we're talking about tonight is, when is it okay to cheat? That's what we're talking about. And Raheem on the other end was giving us a really nice little conversation on the subject, and so we and when you chimed in, I said, I wonder if this is Gary, and maybe we can get some pearls of wisdom from you. Now I know you're an artist, so you just like me. I kind of have to say, well, But seriously, what is your thought on this hot button subject? And plus, from the sounds of your show, man, G-Spot, I don't know why your show is sounding kind of interesting. So I'll tell you what, I won't expose you like that. But why don't you go ahead and tell us what your show is going to be entailing? I know you guys is cracking up.
Thank you very much for that segue. What my show is going to be about, it's going to be about the ins and outs of a relationship. You know, the good, the bad, the pretty and the ugly. You know, the nasty and the clean, the sweet and the sour.
Okay.
You know, all different topics about, you know, just a real raw cut on what people really go through in relationships, not the old soliloquies or the old cliches and all that kind of stuff. I'm going straight raw with it. Give me the truth, the bottom line. And actually, my first topic is going to be who thinks they have the true definition of the word love.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, Raheem, are you listening?
You listening, Raheem?
I'm listening.
Okay. So, hi, Gary. How are you doing? This is Miami.
I'm okay. How you doing? Yeah.
You
And I might have to get y'all to do an NDA or something because I don't want y'all to put that up before my show on October 2nd.
So Gary, yeah, is it okay to cheat? When is it okay?
Huh?
When is it okay to cheat? Come on now. Come on.
Oh, she took me like that. I wasn't finished.
He wasn't finished, Miami.
Sorry, I'm trying to get.
Hey, Gary.
Gary, you're going all around the topic.
Gary,
we just want to know: is it okay?
Gary, my wife has a way of just kind of just saying, "Okay, yeah, I heard that." What is it? I, on the other hand, Gary, as
yes.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Please continue.
Sorry. I'm a little ADHD. And
that's true.
And as he tell me, my bad. Go continue.
Continue.
and also with the type of music that I have produced over the years, you know, it's all, you know, the love making, the sensual, sexual music, you know, music that pertaining to love.
Okay.
You know, I felt like doing a show like that with those type of topics would be significant. And also there's going to be, you know, music. You know, I'm a old school music lover.
Okay.
So I'm going to be playing, you know, all of the love songs and all the sexy stuff, you know, from the 80s and 90s and all of that kind of thing. You know, the grown and sexy stuff.
Okay.
Because I consider myself grown and sexy right now.
Okay, so Gary, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Gary, so if we keep listening to you, then no one would ever cheat. Because the way you got it going on, that we're gonna
and you'll keep relationships together.
You'll
actually,
keep them together.
So with topics like ours, we need your show to balance it off because that way they'll stay together.
Because y'all got somebody want to fight somebody.
No, Gary, that's not true. It's reality, and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah. But
come on now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them back to make up sex.
Oh. So we listen to the G spot is the makeup sex. Okay.
There you go. That's all right. And you know we'll be listening.
And before you get off the air, you didn't answer the question. I'm sorry. Don't go around it now. Come on now. You're on. When is it?
You can't put Gary on the spot like this. He's a radio host.
That's okay. He may say it's never okay to cheat.
Well,
in South, that's what he's saying.
Okay. So my answer to that would be that it's never okay to cheat. But if you do, be prepared for the consequences.
There you go.
Raheem,
you know what?
Did you hear that? Raheem, did you hear that? Hello?
Yeah, I heard that, yeah.
Gary, there you go. Be prepared for the consequences.
Okay.
Gary, I was telling them when I lived in Texas, and they just changed this law maybe a decade ago. If you caught your wife or your husband with someone else, it was actually legal to shoot them. You could
only in America, huh?
You could actually legally shoot them.
Raheem, that you?
And the law would hold you harmless if you did. Now, you had to catch them in the act, but if you did, you could actually shoot them. They were toast. And they did finally. They finally changed it. Matter of fact, here in Michigan, I don't know if you remember, we had a mayor named Kwame Kilpatrick.
Kwame, yes, sir.
Yep. Well, he got into an affair with his chief of staff. Now, oddly enough, one of the statutes that the prosecutor considered was the adultery statute, which still stands on the books in Michigan. It is still illegal, and you can actually be prosecuted under the law in the state of Michigan. Nobody does it, and they didn't do it to Kwame. But if they had chose to do so, they could have actually prosecuted him under that statute.
Well, prisons would be full, wouldn't it?
Oh, prisons would be overcrowded.
All day long. What it is anyway.
You could literally build new ones just based on that crime alone.
That's exactly right.
You really could. But a lot, but.
They probably have to do. They probably have to build a special facility just for cheating.
Exactly. and but the killing part about it, a lot of states in the union still have laws like that people are not aware of, and all it would take is a prosecutor that just wanted to do so. That literally it would be all it would take. So it's a very interesting. It's a very interesting thing. But listen, man, so we got the date right. October 2nd, that's a Thursday, you're going to be on. And from 7 to 9, is that correct?
7 to 9 on Thursday, October the 2nd. That's the first show, yes.
All right. And we are looking forward to checking that out. So I know I am. And and so Miami and I will be listening to you and checking your show out for sure. So looking forward to it. I'm excited too. Listen.
Excited.
Yep.
Excited about it, man. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna do a lot of beautiful things together.
Yes, absolutely. So you'll have to. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you have some time. Maybe we can come on Wednesday Night Romance next week, and we can chat about your show there as well. So that would be good. And we're on from 9 to 11 on Wednesday. So
Raheem, hold on.
But that would be good.
All right.
All right. Listen, Gary, take care, my friend.
Thank you, Gary, so much for coming on.
Yeah, and thank you.
And I'm going to remember what you said. If you do cheat, you're not agreeing or disagreeing. Be prepared for the consequences. I like that answer.
I like that answer. Big time. Big time. That's a good one.
Thank you guys so much for having me. For the opportunity
You too.
to express myself.
No problem.
Take care.
Listen, take care, my friend. Okay. All right. And now you heard that answer, Raheem. Now this is
Yeah, I heard it. You know.
What did you think?
No, it's good. It's a good one. You know, I was getting there, but you know, you know.
All right.
That is true. Your consequences, you have to be able to be prepared for that. You know, because believe me, you know, you do have consequences.
That's true. That's true. So where did Doris go? We were. She gave.
Hold on, let me see. Did you go on there?
She gave her opinion, and she just ran off.
Well, you know, I guess she know how she is. She don't talk much anyway.
She let you take over.
She let you take over that one.
Hey, see, that's why I've been around for so long. And see, I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm too scared. You know?
So, Raheem, how long have you been married?
Well, it'd be about 20. It might be, let me see, 22.
22? Wow. How long were you together?
We've been together about 23.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right. Okay. So you know what
24, going on 24 or something like that. Because our son will be 24 next year, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about like a 23, 24. Then, yeah.
And,
All right. And
I do have one question before we let you go. She gave she gave her opinion, and she said, you know, what you said.
All right.
She let you take over. She let you take over that one.
All right.
do you think the main reason why people do it, why people cheat, because it may be like exciting and thrilling at the beginning, like cheating? Or I mean, I'm not saying that you experienced this, but do from your friends or people that you know, did they?
Well, by being a young man and experiencing that, it's what the first thing you said is like, it's exciting. You know, it's something new. It's something new, and so you want to impress, and it's just something that, once you get up and start getting up in age and you experience life, and, it's like you realize that, wait a minute, I don't even deal with one, and I don't need all this other headache, because it becomes a headache, really. Just like the guy said, it's consequences. So all kind of stuff can happen. So I don't want to get too in depth with that, but. And then once you get, you with your spouse for so long, you get comfortable, y'all know each other, and you start finishing each other's sentences. You'll know when to laugh about something, what to say and what not to say. So you know each other, you know how to read each other. So, you be comfortable, so.
That's true.
And a lot of people don't understand that. And that's where I'm at right now. That's why I don't need to be out there, trying to. I'm telling you, temptation is there, but I keep myself busy. You see what I'm saying? And other things to keep my mind from being focused on some female skirt tail.
Tell Raheem.
That's what I'm saying. They go out there and put on these certain attire to entice you. That's temptation, and you stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep myself busy on other things.
All right. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
And it's going to always be temptation. Sorry, Steve. It's going to always be temptation, and what looks good to you, not always good for you.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Busy people, I tell them, and wear blinders.
You said wear blinders.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you something, man. It's been good to have you on.
Thank you so much.
And I like, a lot of times
he's keeping it real.
He's keeping it real, and a lot of times callers come in. They call in, and they're very timid, and their opinions are very kind of, I don't want to say weak, but they can't explain their opinions, why they have them. And you were able to explain the whys. Why you have why you hold the opinions.
And you're keeping it real. You're just kicking it.
Yeah, just kicking it with us. Listen, thanks for kicking it with us.
Thank you.
And tell Doris, don't be shy. We'll have a new topic. We'll have a new topic in the future she can talk about.
Okay.
All right. Take care, y'all.
Good night.
Okay.
All right. Good night. All right.
Wow. That was interesting.
Randy out of Cincinnati with his wife Doris, and really, really, really nice.
And from Georgia.
And from Georgia. And, of course, Gary Jenkins of
with
Silk.
The G-spot.
The G-spot coming in. We know the G. Well, that sounds like it's going to be kind of like Lover's Lane.
And Gary did say, well, if you do, he didn't agree or disagree. There's consequences. So be careful what you do.
That's exactly right. Well, baby, I mean, this is, we got a little bit of time left. I'm going to play a little bit of Rena Scott before we head on out. And
it's so wrong.
That's right. It's so wrong.
It's so wrong.
It's so wrong.
What our topic was about. Is it okay to cheat? Is it so wrong?
Well, it could
Rena Scott.
It
coming
could
up.
be. Here you go.
It's so wrong. This love we share, a secret love affair. How we get here, I know it's wrong. Change the way I feel deep down inside. It gets harder every day for me to hide. Not a day goes by when you're not on my mind. I didn't plan for this to happen. I don't want to hurt him, but I don't want to let you go. It's so hard to walk away. I don't want to leave it. Oh no, it's so wrong. This love we share, a secret love affair. How sing. Whenever I'm with him, I'm missing you, baby, baby. It's so wrong on your streets. This love we share, yeah, a secret love affair. Oh, baby, how we get here. I know it's wrong, the way we feel. 'Cause of you got her and I got him. Sometimes love is not always fair. I keep thinking about you all the time, wishing you were here. You're in my heart and soul. It grows deeper every day, and there's nothing I can do, nothing I can say. Yeah, baby, 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 baby. Oh, you see, if loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right now. Can't change the way we feel. I just can't do it. Feel about each other. I can't do it, baby. Can't change the way we feel. Oh, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, oh, ah, ooh. Oh, and I know it, baby. I know it is, I know it is. This love we share. And I feel bad, but what am I gonna do? I don't know, baby. How we get baby, 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 baby. Baby, baby. The way we feel. 'Cause of you got her.
WJZZ-DB, Rena Scott. Kind of a fitting song, huh? That really is. It's so wrong. Oh my goodness. Nothing like a little bit of Rena Scott. 11:58. Listen, we've had a wonderful time, have we not, dear?
Yes, thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you for listening. It was very fun. We might, I don't know. She and I kicked around tackling the whole Ray Rice thing next week about domestic violence. So I don't know. We might be on that kick next week. So y'all might want to be prepared. That's a very interesting subject, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Because she sticks by him.
Better women often do.
I mean, well, and
I'm
that's
not
true.
saying she was better in the previous relationship, but wow, to get knocked out
and she,
like that,
and think about it,
and dragged in the elevator. I know it's something visual what we see, and we're not there. We can't judge, but wow.
And if you look at the videotape, I know I'm going to step out on a limb. I don't want to upset anybody. If you look at the videotape, oddly enough, it looks like when she walked by him that she actually slapped him first. Okay. Which was crazy.
A slap and a knockout like you're Mike Tyson is two different things.
I'm saying you never hit a woman.
I'm not even saying you never hit a woman. I'm not even saying that you have to defend yourself whether it's a man or woman.
My daddy said you
no,
never hit
but
one.
if she was attacking him with an object or a knife or a gun, you have to defend yourself.
You have to defend yourself, but my daddy said
but she was defending. I think it looked like she just probably pushed him away, but
it was whatever it was. But the bottom line was he laid her out
like he was in a fight with Mike Tyson.
And here's the bad part. This was the bad part for him.
But football players, I'm sorry, honey. Football players do train to hurt and attack, and I don't know if that's any.
But I think the thing that made him look the worst was the aftermath
when he
drug her out of the elevator, and it looked like he really just had not a care in the world about how she was. I think that really was bad. The punch was horrible, but then the aftermath to look like you don't even care, that really was even more.
Let's just keep it real. He probably didn't because he's used to doing it.
Exactly. And I think the craziest part for me is that at the time they were engaged and now they're married. Tough subject. All right, y'all. Listen, we're going to get out of here. But
thank you for the guest speakers and Raheem and Doris.
Yes.
We're going to send you a gift certificate because we used your subject.
That's right. Target gift card.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And Doris, Raheem, Gary, and Ann, thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. And listen, see us next week.
We're just kicking it.
We're just kicking it.
Steve in Miami.
Love you. Take care.
Good night.
Good night.